The Avengers issue 39 heads 1 million years into the past, where a baby is birthed into a world of death, surrounded by vultures. The birds are soon attacked by a pack of wolves, who approach the child, but instead of killing it, they take it as one of their own, raising the little girl in their tribe until 10 years later, the girl hunts with the pack, still not understanding why the wolves saved her from the vultures, but the wolves wrap their secrets deep and tight and won't tell her. Soon another child is left out for the vultures, but this time, the girl and the wolves are there, scaring off the birds. The girl retrieves the baby and finds that it's a cyclops when she's approached by a floating being, who says telepathically to the girl that he will take the child. The girl is confused as to how she's hearing the voices in her mind, taking it for some type of devilry and running in fear. The baby is taken back to a dark cave by the man as the girl curiously follows them, entering the cave when again the floating man confronts her, knowing her to be the one the wolves took. He tells her not to run since he won't hurt her, since the cave is a safe place for her, apologizing for intruding her mind, but it's the only way he is able to speak, and words are such a rare gift in the world, a gift he knows the girl doesn't possess yet. He hopes that she can at least see the peace and truth behind his thoughts as well as the regret, since he didn't help her when she was a baby, having watched from the bushes as she was brought to the vultures, but after she was taken by the wolves, he vowed never to stand by and watch another human die again. He asks the girl with the hair like fire if she would like to come home, and the girl understands the man's words, making the choice to leave the wolves and join the man in the place she knew she belonged. The man introduces her to the tribe without fear, a group of mutants who were taught by the man to control their abilities, and over the years the little girl, who becomes known as Firehair, begins to develop her own powers. The man, now known as High Walker, asks if she's okay as the girl says that she feels something coming. Soon a tribe of men invade the cave, and Firehair can feel their rage, not understanding how she's thought speaking. Highwalker has no time to give her answers, telling her to take the others deeper into the caves and only come out once he calls them. Highwalker confronts the men, telling them to calm themselves since they do not pose any threat to the men, but the men attack them, throwing their spears at Highwalker, which do nothing to the man as he stops them mid-air. Firehair meanwhile can feel the men's white-hot hatred, burning her and causing her to hurt the men with her mind. Highwalker tells her not to hurt them, and he becomes distracted, which costs him his life as the spears pierce his body and kill him. Firehair's powers soon take over the other mutants, who charge the humans and kill them in anger, but they themselves are killed in the process as well. In the aftermath, Firehair ends up being the only survivor, leaving the cave, knowing Highwalker had been wrong about her, since nothing doesn't come back from the dead. Heading back to where she was found all those years ago, Firehair lays down and surrenders to the birds. She begins to wonder how the burned ground came to be, wondering what was it that burned the ground so hard and so fierce that nothing would ever grow there anymore. Suddenly the birds all burst into flame as the phoenix awakens, burning through the world as it's drawn to Firehair's raw mutant abilities, possessing her. She begins to think about burning the world to ash in her hunger for vengeance, since man deserved to die for what they did and the world was impure and corrupted. Soon one of the wolves that saved her confronts her, and Firehair recognizes him, but knows while she was saved from the buzzards, she has become a buzzard herself, but wants to be better than that, and the world can be better than that as well. On Asgard, a young Odin tries to pick up Mjolnir, knowing he never should have imbued it with the Mother Storm. He continues to desperately try and move the hammer since Asgard is under attack and nothing they have is working. Suddenly the wall is blown in by the Phoenix and her wolf pack, as they confront Odin, saying that she's putting together a team to save the world from itself and from people like them, and she's wondering if Odin wants to be on that team. The Avengers issue 39 was another really fun one and done origin of another of the members of the Avengers BC team, obviously this time being the Phoenix, as we're getting another big Phoenix arc next issue. Jason Aaron really has a knack for writing these quite grand in scope stories, but never forgetting the small character moments, and this issue was filled with them, and he even managed to bring in some more characters and make BC versions of them, and this time we got the X-Men BC team, which I kind of wish we got a little bit more of, since they kind of appear, we get a sort of hint at like what all their powers are, and then they are immediately just killed off along with their version of Professor X, which I really wish we got to see a lot more of, as they were quite interesting. I enjoyed Firehair's backstory about being left to die when she was a baby just because she was born with red hair. Again, it's doing something Aaron has done throughout these BC team and playing on the fact that back in caveman times, these people didn't know what superpowers were or mutations, and stuff like red hair or just having a different color eye would make people alienate them from their tribes and stuff. And he's done that with the firebrand stuff, with the two people that had the firebrand, as well as various other things in the BC teams. So I really like that sort of continuing here. I'm looking forward to the Enter the Phoenix storyline, since what we know of it, it seems to be very similar to X of Swords in that it's a competition of sorts with the winner gaining the power of the Phoenix. So that's pretty awesome, and hopefully it's as good as X of Swords was, but maybe doesn't go as long as X of Swords did. I'm going to give this issue an 8 out of 10.